So I wasn't going to come here live. I'm extremely tired. I have no excuses, but I'm just going to show you a few things. Right now I'm busy uploading something to myself. Let me see if it's here. How do I get out of all my media? Oh boy. Okay, let me get out of this media. Okay, so now I want to download this. Let's call this dots and space. Okay, so now we have dots and space. Let me save this here. All right. Now I need to upload this. I'm just doing something. I'm not ready to start yet. I don't really have much on the table. I'm gonna just a few pieces I put together from the past. I'm just trying to just give me 1 second. I'm trying to share something with somebody. Reply and okay, let me get this out here. Let me see if I can cube 711. 1 second. Camera roll. Did I get that? Just give me a second. I'm looking for something on the camera roll. Wow, I don't even know where it is. Just hold on. I got to get rid of this. To go back over here. All types supported. All files. Just give me this 1 second before I begin to find what I'm looking for. Dots and spaces. Let me open this up. Open up with Firefox. Okay. No, I can't do it. Okay, so I'm going to show you what I was doing, right? I just did this video here. We have a box here. We have 4 boxes here. We have 9 boxes here. And over here, we have a total of 16. When we create the one, we're going to have 4 dots. When we create this here, right, we have 4 by 4 over here. But when we recreate this, right, when we connect all the lines, right, it took 16 dots to create 9 boxes, right? 3 is the reverse of this on the cube. So we end up with 9 and 6, 3 times 3, 4 by 4. So we can take this block. That's 5 here, but this block will go into here 4 times. We call this one Mars, 2 by 2 Mars, the window, and Earth, 3 by 3, 33, and 22, Earth and Mars. So when I was asking, is it 9 spaces or is it 16 spaces? Because if you have 16 spaces, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, you're going to have 25 dots. Over here, so when we have the 25 dots and the 16 spaces, we're going to have the letter when P and Y are going to be associated, and there's a whole bunch of letter associations. Oh, it's just I'm just tired, you know. I'm tired. I gotta put together what these words. There were so many things. When you have one letter, you have one reverse association. If you have, let's say, 2 numbers and 2 numbers, right? Every single one of those numbers, we're going to have a reverse association. So what I just want to talk about right now is we're coming up to 888. 8 times 8 times 8 is 512. Okay, 5, 1, and 2 equals to 8, right? 888 equals 24 equals to 6. The reverse cube is 8 and 6. When we do the first one, right, what is this 8 and what is this 10? I'm just trying to see where I got the 8 and 10. Here's the 8. Oh, yes. 5 times 2 times 1 is 10. 5 plus 2 plus 1 is 8. Over here, we have 2 times 4. 2 plus 4 is 6 and 8. So we end up with this. When we multiply this to bring ourselves to full formation, we keep going by rings, multiplying it by 3, right? This one equals to 54. We're into the sun. And this one equals to 42. And that's going to be the same thing. So we broke it up. We divided the 7th gate between 6 and 8. There's another thing I wrote today to somebody, is this. Right, I'm going to see if we can get it in here. So right here. Okay. There's a missing letter on here, right? So 74H, I'm just trying, 74 Jesus, right? H8
6F13M. And this comes from the H, right? Comes from the number 8, which is also from the R letter. The invert to the 8 is going to be the 6. I'm just trying to understand why this is in here. R18, 54, 3 times 74 reverse, Jesus Christ, 74. H8F6M13. What was the reverse of that? The reverse of that, I'm just thinking here for myself, right? I have to go over this and get this right. The reverse for the H, uh, which is 8, and then the F, which is 6, and the M, which was 13, to what inverts the N to what is 14, the U to what is 21, and the S to what is 19. So there, within the sun is telling me there's a gateway. 13, this is 3 different places because 10, 10, 10, this association of 13. And where does that come from? The 13 cycles of the moon in a year, where you're going to get 91 times 4 equals to 364, right? Or what you're going to get is 13 by 28 equals to 364. All right. This also is going to be reduced to 4 and 1. And it's going to be 28 times 1, or let's say the 28 days, or 4 by 1 equals to 4 and 28. Can you actually say that's 4 by 7 equals to 28? Can you say it's 2 and 14? We're talking about the ring and the pole going all the way around. When something goes around, we have the ring and the pole. 4 sides, okay, and 2 sides. This cube is 7, 11. So when we have this coming up, right, very soon, we're going to be showing some kind of gateway, and this is through the female part. 54 would be the female part. Now, I'm not sure how and why they say it that way. Does it mean the butterfly opens up and you can go on through? Humpty Dumpty sat on the wall. So here you have your 8 and your 6. Here you have your 14 and your 18. I multiply it by 3 because it's the ABC cycle that keeps everything perfect. And then once you add on that D cycle, right, everything is now a little chaotic, but it's in order when you run ABC. And A1, B2, C3 equals to 6, right? And it's actually your AB equaling to C, or your what is your first gold? What is your, let me do it this way, ND, right? For your second and your silver. When you have silver, you're going to go AG. That's 7 and 1. When you have gold, you're going to go AU. AU, AG. The reason for this is these are the letters for these words. When you add on the D, you add on 4, Zion, Israel, the operator, number 64, right, is going to create 10 and 24, dividing the gates, right, in J, in the J house, in the mirror world. That's why we start with that letter J. That J letter, okay, is going to go on to 10 and 8 equals to 18 and 02, because you're going to minus it and you're going to add it. That's the way it's done. Now, I just want to leave a message for somebody that let me see if I can just do this for a second. Can I get this over here? Let me see. Just give me a second. Let me see. How do I Cube 11.7? I can't get it. All supported files. I need to do this. How do I open with? Okay, maybe what I'm gonna do, okay, is just give me a second. We need to go over here, create, upload, select the file, camera roll. No, we're gonna go here. I'm gonna select this file. File data can't be found. Hold on. Open with VLC, or maybe we can transfer this. I need to open up just give me a second. Open file location. Mr. Tack, just give me a second. Where is that file location? Well, I'm gonna see what just happened. If I can share, just 1 second. Let me see if I can share. Okay, I'm gonna try and just give me a second to. Okay, this is the minute video. I'm going to share this. Hold on a second. Okay. Okay, so I'm just uploading something over here. Just give me a second to catch up with this. There's a problem loading this. And we're one person here. Hey, how you doing? If you have any questions for me, if you want to know what I'm doing, what I wrote down on the board, if you want me to explain it, why Ra is the sun cube right over here? What is the story hidden inside of here? All the opposite sides are equal to what? All the opposite sides are equal to 18. 18, 18, and 18. 18 on the 36 on the ring, 18 on the pole, 3 reverse sides, 54, center, 3.5. How many 3.5s? How many 54 divided by 3.5 equals 2? Well, we don't have that summary, but through the moon, we do have that number. Total is 21 dots, 54 area space, but we might have to count the area space, although there's 54 that you see, right? Although there's going to be 54 area spaces on the outside. If I go to the center of this and the meeting point, can we count that as the 55th space? And it's just let me finish with this video over here. Or is it over here? Okay, content, shorts. No, that's not it. Live. No, that's not it. Videos. Yes, here it is. Here it is. Okay. Okay, just got to finish off with this video here. I got to do this, put it into the August, put it up here, save it, copy it. Now I have to, oh my God, that, you know, it's crazy. Reply, just 1 second. I copied something and it gave me something completely different. Copy. Copy link. Okay. Go over here. Okay. Okay, so let me get on where I was. Just give me 1 second. My door's open. I can hear everybody coming. The planes are coming, so I'm going to shut the door. Okay, let me see. Okay, so let me take this off. Or should I just stick with this right now? I'm thinking. Hi, Tammy. How are you? I don't know if we spoke about this piece before. I think if you just got here, and I'm going to go back to what it is the word sun, S-U-N. If you look up at the top, right? If you look up at the top, the word S-U-N, the invert to this word over here is going to come over here. is going to be HFM, MFH, FMH, right? What is the FM? What is the AM? I don't know all these things right now. I'm trying to put everything together. So we have this. We know that 6 and 8, right, are dividing gates. We know 13 has to do with the moon. When we go to 13 and we go to the M letter, I also have to note that it has to be a 616. That's the way 13 is made up. It's 616. You can go 9 and 4 also to create 13. You can also go 8 and 5, 13, 7 and 6. So you're going to go through everything that's goes along with number 13 and what's inverted to number 13 on this dice, right? On this calculator. 7 and 6, 13, 4 and 3, 7, 9 and 4, 13, 1 and 6, 7, 8 and 5, 13, 2 and 5, 7. So everything is just stays on the borderline, right? On the borderline. And you see the way you go 2 over and 1 up? Well, if you start in this section over here, you go 1 up and 2 over. If you go to number 7 and go 2 over and 1 down, you start over here, you go 1 over and 2 down. Now you have 11, right? You have 11. You take this one over here, you go down here, you got 11. You take this one here, you go 1 down, you come over here, you have 7. You take 6, you go 1 down, you have 7. You start at 3, you go 2 over, 1 up, you have 7. You go to 2, you go 1 over, 2 up, you have 9. You go to 1, you go 2 up and 1 over, you got 9. You go 4, you go 1 up and 2 over, you got 13. And it's all the way around. Another thing to understand about this is the center is right here. But since our creation base, where we always have to have, we're always tagging along with ABC every single time. Although it's always going to be 3 rows, the configuration is 4 rows. So the thing about this is, wow, and I did it the other day. Let me see if I have it here. Yes, it's basically like this. What it is here's your 4 sections of 3. Here's your 12. You want to talk about your 3s or you want to talk about your 4s, right? 3s are going this way, separation by 1. 4s are going this way, separation by 3. Why separation by 3? 1, 4, 7, 10, 2, 5, 8, 11, 3, 6, 9, 12. That's why. That's what it does. So you have your center here, okay, right? You have your center here. And then this way center is going to count either in between the numbers or I have to use a section of 6. I use a section of 6 here. I use a section of 4 here. The 2 that are implicated in all this are these 2 over here, 5 and 8, 13. These are the 2 that are in the center. And as we work ourselves down to the 36 total, it's going to keep on shifting and telling different stories. Why 36? Why 36? Why a yard? Why 360? Man, I got to explain all this because I know it's explainable. I've done it before. I don't always remember. Now the question is, am I credible anymore? That's why we need more people watching this, more people documenting this, getting this into like baking a cake. But before you bake the cake, what pan do I need? What oil should I be rubbing the sides of my cake with? What kind of flour do I need? How long am I going to bake the cake for? Do I put it on the first shelf or the second shelf? What kind? I don't even know. What kind of oven am I using? You know what I'm saying? It's not an easy bake oven, right? And then when you go to easy, you can use E and Z for the EZ equaling to 31, 31, 13, 31. There was something I wrote down today. I'm going to have to look and see some of my notes. Oh no, let's finish with this sun thing. So now we have the sun. Everything is ABC. It's all ABC. Everything is made perfect with ABC. The 1, 2, 3 system. When you get the 4, you've inverted to the other side of this cube, right? You have ABC. When you have D, now my cube must sit like this in order to run my D around. 14 will always be here. 2 times 4, 2 plus 4, 8 and 6, 14. But what's inside that 8 and 6, 14 is also to understand 7 and 7 is 14. And note Okay, you'll never have more. If we drill holes all the way through everything, there's never any more than 7 on an opposite side, and it's only on this one. But 7 and 7 is 14. 8 and 6 is 14. 9 and 5 is 14. Now, what happens with 9 and 5? Um, the the 5 is going to be a form, and then what you're going to do is you're going to shove a 4 onto the 5. 5 already comes with the spirit heart, with the passage. 6 is inside both the 7 and the 8 card, coming with what I see as either one moon with the 7 card, call that Earth, 2 moons with the 8 card, and call that the Mars. I'd like to call that the Queen Mars setup. Now, why is it set up that way when I keep saying all the time that Mars has to do with man? Okay, I can't answer that question right now. Again, I look not incredible, but not credible at all. I'm a little tired. There is no excuses. That's why I'm saying I just can't do it all by myself, or I shouldn't be doing this all by myself. I just want to take a look at something here. Um, I just want to see the different ways to achieve something. I'm just trying to look. Just give me 1 second. Not happy right now. Not happy when I fall behind my thoughts. Okay, so I'm just going to keep it on. I'm just going to keep it on this. I want to get back to why the Sun cube raw. When you have the A letter in that, right? Now, I always ask myself a question: why do I need the A when the R letter, okay, already says R? It's already in the A family. Um, why does that happen? What is happening? Why is there the small letter with the big letter? Is it because should I be taking the alphabet and going to big letters and the small letters and saying there's a total of 52? The numeric value for Earth is 52. 5 and 2 are special. 5 will chop everything in half, and 2 will put it back together again. 5 times any number to a single digit. 5 times 5, 25. 2 times 25 is 50, or 5. So that's what it does. Also to note, the 19th letter is from the other side. If we had to do a countdown, we would be counting down starting at the total is 21, but we can never have 21. The most we can have is 6 and 14 around for 20. So it's T minus counting when you're counting. And then when they say T, it's the 20th letter. But T also stands for 10. So when they say T minus counting, so they go T minus counting 10, 9, 8, or do they say T minus counting 9, 8, 7? If they're going T minus counting and then they go to 10, then I automatically know they're at 20. When you get to the center of something, 20, or 1 and 1 on the outside, on the outside, on the outside of 1. That's your T minus counting for the one rocket to take off in between. That's what I'm seeing. The 19 by 19 is 361. So it's already showing you it's one more than 360, just like it shows you 19 is the other side of 36 numbers. 3 by 12 is 36. You have the ruler. It creates a yard. So we have many realities that are happening. We have the ABC equaling to 60 seconds on the clock. The minute I add D to it, it's 10 and it flips the whole thing over again. I wish I can communicate with somebody to see it, have their questions set up to me. The rotation within this is both 6 and 9, our birth and our life on day 6, because we come into the world in all actuality on the 9 months of birth. So I like to work everything in 9, and all of this is 9. 2 opposite sides here is 18. When we go all the way around this way, that's 36. Take it for whatever you like. It's 36 around this way. If I flip the cube just like this, I flipped it on a 90-degree angle. If I turned the 3 into the 4, I flipped it on 180 degrees. 3 times 6, 3 plus 6. So now we can see where our 90 degrees and our 180, or our 9 and our 18 comes from. But where else does this come from? Well, in order to create this from what is 99, we're going to go 9 times 9 equals to 81. 9 plus 9 equals to 18. Okay, 18 and 81 both equal back to 9. The I and the R, right? The invisible numbers that are inside the 8 area. And it's inside the 8 area. And there's only 3 of them inside the 8 area. 8 times 8 times 8. 512 memory, 51 Mars, Mars, Venus coming together. Mars, Venus coming together. Fourth planet, Mars. See the way you have 2 here for Venus and 2 here for Venus, 1 for Mercury? So we have the sun, which is the number 54. And like I said, through that sun, there's a gateway. We also have to know that the letters M and E inside me or in Mercury, the M and the E is the 13 and the 5th letter. 1 and 3 equals to 4. Let me see if I can do it this way without getting too lost. We're going to go matter or Mars. We can go also Mercury, and then we're going to go Earth, right? And then we're going to go energy. You know, here I can also put power and then that, and here we can put is it the cross power, and then you get this over here. I'm trying to figure out why I just set this up this way, so just give me a second. I wanted to go back to the sun. Oh wow, I'm all over the place. 3 times 36 is 108. So you have 3 rulers. 36 inches, 3 yards. So we have the basis for the bottom side. Wow, I'm losing myself tonight. I'm really not on it tonight. But inside of this, right inside the sun, I know it comes from the IT system. Inside this is in the house of Bait, where the 7th gate resides, right? The one spirit of the heaven. And I'm going to tell you why I'm saying this is because 10 and 8 equals 18, but 10 minus 8 equals 2. So one of them will be 6, the other one will be 54 when multiplying it. So that's our 6 and 9, which comes in your rotation of 33. 3 times 3, 9. 3 plus 3, 6. Your ABCD creation that I marked over here, right? It's your ABCD, it's your DCB, and your ABC, which is going to create 9 and 6, 2 houses. Although this equals to 10 and this equals to 15, which is more, our true reality comes from here. When you get a blackjack, you get paid 1.5 times the price, paying out this price and not paying out this price. This is 100% of your bet. When you get the blackjack, you get bring the 2 worlds together. AI. Why do I have AI when I don't have AI here? Because in order to mirror this, right, you have to take D and you have to go all the way over to I, right? HB comes together, CG comes together. This will be 82, this will be 73, and this one will be AI will be 91. Again, that's the S letter, also looks like number 5. It brings together 2 different worlds. It brings together 2 different worlds. And note number 56 is inside 47. And over here, 45 is inside 36, which is inside 27, which is inside 18. In order to meet at the center of all these numbers, you have to reach to 4.5. In order to reach into all these numbers, you have to reach in at 5.5. That's the reach in note. 1 through 9 equals to 45. 1 through 10 equals to 55. The other note about this is if you notice in here, there's no 1, in here, there's no 9. That's where these two worlds come in, bringing AI, and that's where your moon comes in. The moon is number 57, or 3 by 19. That is on the other side of 180. So 18 and 19 either come together or they're splitting between the two, if you can keep up with what I'm talking about right now. Also to note, I'm trying to remember why I mentioned this, is that when you're talking about this one over here, you're talking about A, right? When you're talking about, um, I'm just trying to see where the next one is. Yes, because of 19, that'll be 10 minus 9 equals 1A. And then when you get to 10 minus 7 equals 3C, right? These two play a role together. Number 1 and 3 play a role together, right? This will be 19, and this one will equal to 17, right? We're going to end up putting this one to Mars, and this one will be the moon. It just so happens that the reverse alphabet of Mars is 57. 57 and 51 equal to 108. That is your base creation. 3 times 36 is your base. The alphabet base is a base of 27 equaling to 81. Isn't that crazy? The difference between 26 letters in the alphabet, when you reverse it, it becomes 27. When you create your base for Mars, 3 by 17 equals to 51. 3 by 19 equals to, even though they're 4 letters. So now the next level of this is going to be the fourth letter addition. So the next one for 4 letters is, we have to go 4 by 19 is, what is that, 76? And when you go uh, 4 by 17, that's 68. Your dividing gate is right here, and that dividing gate is going to be between Saturn and Uranus, in which Earth will take up in Saturn 7 and 3, and I'm just trying to see 7 and 3, and Mars, okay, will take up in, Earth will take up in Uranus, and Mars will take up within Saturn, and that'll be your 6 and 4, your F and your D coming together or separating apart. Your divided house is right here. So now you know your gateway is here and your joint house is over here. This is very, very complicated. I'm not explaining it properly, but I will show you. Here's your 5775, your electric moon. Here's number 7, here's number 5, here's number 5. 6 connects to 7, and 6 connects to 7 on the other side. This is going to be F, and this is going to be H. Inside of here, the alphabet changed because I'm using the 7 scale. Right? I'm using the 7 scale. Where is number 8? Number 8 is right over here, taking up half a 6, half a 7 over here, and is joined, right, in number 5 through 6. It joins it through 6. So when you see 5665 inside of what is 7, 3, and okay, I'm not going to get into that right now. I'm not going to explain that right now. Just to note that when you have your A, you're starting from the other side. The A starts from the other side. This over here, when you say, this is a little complicated to explain. 80 or 8, but I'm going to use 80. When they say it in French, they do not say what they say to 17 and 19. They say 77 as 10-7. They say 79 as 10-9. They say 97 as 10-7. They say 99 as 10-9. So where does the 18 come from? And it doesn't show up in the 80s. It only shows up in the 70s and the 90s. Okay. So what happens is in the 70s, you'll have 78. They'll say 10-8. And in the 90s, you'll have 10-9. Now, when we start to talk about number 8 in the 80s, right? They're going to say 420. So when you get to the fourth number, they're going to say 4 times 20 or 4 times 2 to get to that 8, showing you again that there's a separation, right? There's a separation. There's an add-on. Okay. Now imagine I imagine I have this cube, right? I have 1, 2, 3 sides. On the 3 sides, I have one corner here, one corner here is 2, one corner here is 3, 1, 2. Man, it connected to this corner, right? I have 1, I have 2, I have 3. I only have 3. Now I have opposites of the corners. 1, 2, 3. So I have 3 opposites and 3 the same. So there's doing 2 different things. One, I'm going along the line, and the other one, I'm going through the area. The sign of the alliance goes right through the area. Okay. Where else am I with this? I'm going to go back to this over here, where 888, the opposition of the 8 is the 6. Right? The opposite of the 8 is the 6. They say the 6 fully, the 6 is whole, right? So this opposite of here is going to be 6 by 6 by 6, equaling to 216, 1.5 times the value of the day, and it's inside the moon diameter. And then 6 plus 6 plus 6 equals to 18. And this one's going to fit into the sun, right, on the third level. So now I ask myself this question: 6, 7, 8, 9. I got 9 here and I got 9 here. But in the next equation, I got 8 here and I got 6 here from these two equations: 6, 7, 8, 9, 8, and 1, 9. When you add these two together, you get 234, right? The earth healing vibration is 432. That's our 9 birth. In the 6, when you create the hexagon system, you will have 4 different stars to 1 octagon. Here you're going to have 8 directions. Here, is that 8 directions? Here you're going to have 8 and 8 directions. Here you're going to have 6 and 6 directions. Did I get that right? Is it 8 directions? No, it's 4 lines, 8 directions. Sorry, I'm sorry. 4 lines, 8 directions. This one will be 3 lines, 6 directions. So again, it's showing you. But the whole thing is there's many of these stars. So now the question is, do I use these 3 stars first? This one, this one, this one. And then I'm going to use this one, and this one. Then I'm going to use this one, and this one. I'm going to use different combinations of my stars to tell more stories. And every time I use one of these stars, right, I'm using different numbers. This star is not like this star. This star is not like this star. This star is not like this star. None of them the same. So if I wanted to use them individually, this one with this, this, and this, it'll be 3 different combinations. This one with this and this, that'll be 4 or 5 combinations. There's 6 combinations of stars. When I use 3 stars, right, these 3, that'll be a 7th combination, an 8th combination, a 9th combination, plus the 4 stars themselves individually will be 4 and 9, 13 combinations, plus the 1 combination. This star is, how many was that? Wow, I don't remember. 6, and 3 is 9, and then the 4 is 13, and the 1 here is 14. Now, when we use all these combinations, I'm not sure what it works out to, but that's the story it is. Because don't forget, these stars can also, they turn, right? If I turned this star the other way, it would be this star. If you turn them, they become each other. I spoke about, where was I? I spoke about, I'm not sure where I was. What is this over here? Yes. If we went to the Hanukkah candles, let me jump onto something else. If I went to the first day Hanukkah candle with the 8th day, just so I can show you all my 9s on here, right? If I went the first day and the 8th day, right? First day and 8th day to show my face, I'd get the 8th day, I'd have 9 candles lit and 2 candles lit, is I'm going to have 11 candles lit. 2 and 7, 9 will create 11. 3 and 6, 9 will create 11. 4 and 5, 9 will create 11. When I go to connecting all my sevens for the cube, right, I'm going to go first with 6, the first with the 6. I'm going to create 9. Then I'm going to go the second with the fifth. 6 candles and 3 candles. I'm going to create 9. So you can see that this one is 2 and 7. And this one's going to be 3 and 6. And this one's over here is going to be 4 and 5. And now this one over here is going to be 9 and 2 for 11. And then this one's going to be 3 and 8 for 11. And then 3 and 6. This one is going to be 4 and 7 for 11. This is where Christ comes in. Jesus comes in over here. The monkey comes into the house of bait. The IT systems, sun systems coming over here. Female anatomy 666 comes in over here. And if you take a good look, we've done it more than once. 3 and 6 and 4 and 5 happens twice. And the word love comes out of it. Also, the male sex organ and the female sex organ comes out of this one. So when I bring 4 and 5 together, I get 5 and 6, 11. And that's who we actually are through the alpha beta mirrored creation. We are this 11. The Windows 10, Windows 11, A, B, C, D equals to 10, E, F equals to 11. That's why we're switching over to the 11th window. And that's your 21. I know I'm a little all over the place tonight. Those were the Hanukkah candles, and that's where I got that equation from. Boy, we spoke about this one. What is this? 1 through 12, 3 through 10. I'm not really sure what this is about. I'm not sure what this is about. Oh, I did like this. I did like this. Connecting the dots and the dashes. 1 second. Let me see if I can do that. Can I do it here? Connect 1 with 2. Connect 3 with 2. Connect 1 with 4. Connect 1 with 4. Connect 3 with 6. Connect 4 with 7. Connect 7 with 8. Connect 8 with 9. Connect 9 with 6. That's just this reality. And when you do it, right, if you take a look, I don't have it done right now. You're going to start to see that there's a star that's created within this. At the same time, if you wanted to change the numbers in this, these two would be 3. These two would be 5. These two over here would be 4. These two over here would be 2. These two over here would be 6. These two over here would be 8. These two over here would be 6. These two over here would be 9. And that's the way what would happen to this. How many numbers? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Did I get this? This one over here. I think I got only 8. I think that's all there is. Changing all the numbers. Right. They're all on the outside. I'm going to have to do a little piece of work on this. Locking up the numbers like a chain. 25 and 36. I'm trying to remember what that is. I don't remember. I'm going to have to take a few more notes and understanding astrology. The number, the astrological signs and the planets, knowing all their names and their numbers, the days of the week, names and number, the months, the zodiac, the numbers, the time, golf, sports. Anyways, we're going to end this video. I'm tired. I'm a little lost. Boy, oh boy. There's this dartboard, and then there's this dartboard. There's 2 different kinds of dartboards. One is going to be Earth, one is going to be Mars, one where there's a full center, and one where there's going to be, where there's going to be the dots in the center. I'm just trying to see, this would be the Mars, and then Earth is a little bit different, right? 3, 6, 9, 12, the 12 parts of Earth. There's nothing over here. When you go a straight line, we have to do this. That's the only way we can do it. The zigzag of the DNA. What else was I going to talk about? Yeah, if you're working with the Earth part, which would be this, right? If I had to do a star, is it a star? Oh no, if I had to do a circle, I do a circle here and a circle here and a circle here and a circle here. When you're working with the Mars, right, you only have one single dot and the circle ends up going over here. I'm not sure if anybody's following me by now, but we're going to end this video. I'm a little bit tired. I wanted to bring up something else. I'm just going to see what this is. 10, the 4 pillars, polars, the third, 33, 3 times 3, 3 plus 3. This is where your 15 comes out of your 10. 1.5 is that difference. The moon is that exact difference towards the day that we live. The 9 and 6 is your birth to your rotation. The 1.5 payout and blackjack. The cube is 3 reverse sides for 6. You're 360 degrees. Your 3 cubed equals 27. That's all of Rubik's Cube. 26 plus 1 area. The headless horseman, because there's 3 of the center dots, and then there's 3 areas that they're missing. The perfect word is love. L reverse O, V reverse E, 3645, both again, the male and the female organ. The 117, okay, is on this Rubik's Cube. 11 voids to 7 dots, 18 total. 3 sides equals 54. It is the Sun Cube. But I'm going to bed. I'm very tired. Thank you very much. Appreciate it, Tammy. I like your work. I did a little welding last week, but I grinded off a little too much, and the leg is coming off, but we can fix it. There's so much to do. And what I really like is something that I started at the very beginning of my project. You know, you can do this. See, I went 2 areas and 2 areas. You can also do 2 areas and 2 areas, right? And if you want to close it up and do the opposite of that, you can do that. You can also do 1 area and 2 areas. You can do 2 areas and 1 area like that. But you see how long that is compared to 1, 2, right? See the difference between that? Now, if I stretch this out to make it equal, hold on a second, let me see what it is. So since I did 2, 1, I have to go out. No, I'm going to have to go out 1. It's going to end up like this. Look how thin that is, right? Cuts like a knife. So we go out here 2, and when we do this 1 over here, or we can, this is the sign for the alliance, right? This is the sign for the alliance, but at the same time, for me, it's a building, right? I can just look at it as a building. Another thing I wanted to just mention for a short bit is I seen the letter R today. I'm not sure if I should draw it that way because I think I saw it this way. And then when they drew this, I'm just going to try to see how they actually drew this, right? I'm trying to see how this R was drawn. Anyways, the R looked like it looked like a C, then it looked like a block, and then it looked like the tail. I'd have to find that R because it looked like in the R was both I and the number 2. And again, when 2 and 9 come together, that is very special. It's the IT system. Many of the final calculations in numbers, 11 is going to end up at 29. 12 is going to end up at 29. 14 is going to end up at 29. 15 or 1, 5 together is going to end up at 29. 1, 6 will not end up at 29. It will end up at pending, right? Because the numbers, they break up and they branch out, right? Even I think inside 12, 3 and 2, 5, 11, 41, 4 times 1, 4 plus 1, 5 and 4, 5, right? No, 14 will not do it. Now, if I said, what about 6 and 5 coming together. No, that's going to end up to be 41. And what's ironic is that 24 equals to 6 and 8 equals to 14, and then 5 and 6 equals to 30, and 11 equals to 41. This one equals to what can I do with these two numbers, right? What can I do? What can I say more? This one will be 3 and 2 at the end. This one is going to remain 6 and 8. Now I have to figure something out. What is going on? I know we have the cycle over here. Oh, yes, number 63 for the male is going to be created by the power of Christ to recreate this number, which will be 14 and 49, which will end up to be 54, but the 4 will be there as a 13. 4 and 9 is 13. So we're talking about something to do with male inside this 4 over here, 13, right? There's another one, which is 22. Now, is that going to be talking about 4 and 4, talking about female? Why I say this is because when you have 6 and 4 on a dice, you're going to turn it over to 1 and 3. And when you have 5 and 5 a dice, you're going to turn it over to 2 and 2. And that's where the story comes from. How we decorticate it is another story. You know, when I say decorticate, I mean how we discuss it and what we come up with, because the answers are there, right? We just have to just take all the threads out and look at them at their face value, right? So this is going to be the numeric value in the sun, and this will be power Christ is inside of this number. If I was to move it, I'd end up with this, and this would be the heart of this cube. I need 8 of them for a full cycle of the moon, 8 by 3.5. So 14 minus and the plus, we end up with 49 and 35. I don't like to say it, but it equals to 84. And now you have 4 times 21, or 3 by 28. That's your cycle in Pluto. Remember, your 3 and 4 will split everything up. 13, 14, 23, 24, 33, 34, 43, 44, etc. Anyways, I'm tired. If you have any questions, I'm not sure how far I went. There's just so many things. If I look over some stuff, I just want to look over a few pieces. Let me see something. A few notes I took today. When you take your pulse or your heartbeat, and what I like about this little thing I did today, right, is that you start with P, so you talk about, you're talking about the earth level. Why? Because 1 and 6, right, away on the cube is going to be 2.5 from the 3.5 center area. 1 plus 2.5 equals 3.5. It's 7, 3, 3. It's going to be 7, 3, 3, 10, 5 equals 28. That's the cycle. This is dividing it from the moon, from the altered moons. Don't forget, we have to remember there's more than one moon in this. Earth has one moon, Luna, and Mars has 2 moons. We bring them together. Here inside, 21 is 3, 1 and 2 is 3, 19 is 10. Then it gets reduced to 1. Only S does a double reduction. We end up with 73 here, 10, 28 here, 10, 19 over here. They're all going to equal to 10. This 10 is going to be unlike. These are both red ones, and this one over here is going to be a black one, according to roulette. According to roulette, the odd numbers will create red positive, and the black 10s will create negative. If we go up to a few more notes I took today, the cube face void 54 area 9 times 6 love 54 male, and when you say the word pen and then you could put Mars on the end of that, the 1 and 5, the 117 is because the 3 sides of the cube, right, to the void and to the dot is going to be 11 and 7. Single area space on a cube, 1 cube. I'm just trying to think. One, what is it? 1 cubed equals 1. 2 cubed equals 8. 3 cubed equals 27. 4 cubed equals 64. 64 times 8 equals to 512. That's part of the memory, right? The Mars memory. 64 is also Zion, Israel, right? We have 6 sides. Look, when you say the word sides, you're also saying the word dice. The word day in French is dice. This is talking about your vibration between 5 and 1, but its sides also speaking about Mars. This one over here can also be 509, Roman numerals. S is bringing two worlds together, 6 and 7, right? The letter S, using the letter S, is AI at the beginning of the word. You can use it at the end of the word. Um, if you see the total of the cubed, 1 cubed, 2 cubed, 3 cubed, 4 cubed, it equals to 100. And what's ironic is 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 areas equals to 10. And you can see 1, 8, 9, and 10 equals to 27 inside the house of Bait, plus 1, and 1, 8, 9, and 1 equals to 19, bringing two worlds together through the moon, maybe 1981. Good or evil, but then how would you know? If you took it at face value, the ideology. Um, the bat. Have you ever seen the A sign and the E? The way the E, there's a circle around the A, but when you make that circle, when you make this circle around the A, you're actually doing this. And when you do this, you're talking about your first two planets enveloping it inside of Earth. And then it'd be like more or less like that. Your A letter, your D letter, putting on the C letter creates your A letter. The A letter can be split. And now you have 3 sides. You want to look at it as 3 sides or 4 sides. And when you have 3 sides, right? When you have 3 sides to it, it's 120 degrees. 3 times 120 for 360. We have to understand our base, always understand our base formation. We have the singular ruler. We go to the class. It's 12 inches long. We need 36 inches to create a yard in hockey. In hockey, we're also talking about 2-minute penalties. Why 2-minute penalties? 1 minute, 1 for alpha, for the 1 dot in the center, and then 2 or the 120 seconds, okay, for the outside, 60 and 60 coming together, 6 and 6 meeting, bringing both sides together through 8. You have the 120 seconds in hockey, you have the 2 minutes. There was another reason for that. When you count 1 through 15, it equals to 120. When you count, we also the 2 minutes, right, is 120 seconds. Also the 12 parts of that ruler. Again, 12, 120 equals to 3. Same thing. 2 worlds. So instead of it being 6, it's now 3, 1, and 3 coming together. But when you bring the 2 worlds together, right, when you play in a football field, you have your side and their side. You bring these 2 worlds together. Now it's 6 points. You get 3 for yourself and 3 that you get from the other team, plus the extra point that you get to kick. You have the 4 downs and the 3 downs, the 110 yards and the 100 yards. What else do we have in here? Batman is number 51. So is Mars, and bats apparently hang upside down. Is that right? 90 degrees, 180 degrees, 360 degrees is complete. So let's not talk about what's complete. Let's talk about less, because again, 3 parts of complete, okay, is 3 times 120 equals to 360. Let's talk about less. We'll talk about 2/3. If we're talking about 4 parts, right, 4 by 90, 360, let's talk about 3 parts, 3 by 90 for 270. I'm not really remembering why we do this. But it's I forget why we do this over here, right? Right. But when we talk about Earth and Mars, right, 3 and 4, we also have to note that we're missing 1/4 to make this whole, which this may become 75%. And now we're going to the electric moon with our 9 birth, right? 9 and 18, 3 times 6, 3 plus 6. Where do we get 3 from? We get it from 11. Where do we get 6 from? We get it from, let me see where we get 3 from. We get 11 equals to 3, and 6 is made from 44, I think. 4 times 4, 4 plus 4 is 16, and 8 equals to 24. 2 and 4 equals to 6. So is that possible? AD, ACE 11, dividing the night and the day, area, space, dividing the gateway. Over here, divide night and day with the 24 hours, and now divide this within 6 and 8, the passing gate. Do you follow where I'm going? Also to note, this also says the word teen. Inside of here, it's going to be 8 and 6 with that expression, and then 8 and 7. 8 and 6 and 8 and 7. I said it, but now I have to explain it. Um, the king and the queen. 6 would be Mars and 7 would be Earth. So what would the 8 be? Well, we're dividing the heavens. Remember, this is everywhere, but these are not. This is everything of, and these are the moons. No, don't count those as the moons. When you have the 7 and the 8 and the deck of cards, right, it shows you that you have two different sections above the core, and I like to call the core the ace hole. What separates everything, the one dot spirit. If you can imagine, it's right here. You're only going to have 3 of them, right? I think it's going to be right here. Hold on a second. It's right here. 1, 3, and 5. The other one are going to be to the void. See the headless horseman. 8 and 4 is 12. And when I turn it the other way, it's 9. So it becomes 9 and 12. Or actually, it's going to say Lily. 12 and 9. And then it's going to go 3 and 9 because 12 is 1 and 2 is 3. 3 and 9, 39, or 3 by 13. Or 93 and 3 by 31. Now, this is going to connect you to the, remember, formation is more than just 1. It's 3. After that, you've gone to the other side, and then you show the numbers change. Let me just show you this. Okay, let's just take 1 through 9, right? So we're going to go 1 through 9. 4 times 1, 4 times 2, 4 times 3, 4 times 4, 4 times 5, 4 times 6, 4 times 7, 4 times 8, 4 times 9, right? Now, when you add these to a single digit, you get 4, 8, 3, 7, 2, 6, 1, 5, 9. Or how about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. See, I got all the numbers from it. When I do it by 3, right, I get 3 times 1, 3 times 2, 3 times 3, 3 times 4, 3 times 5, 3 times 6, 3 times 7, 3 times 8, 3 times 9. But when I add them to a single digit, I end up with 3, 6, 9. 1 and 2 is 3. 1 and 5 is 6. 1 and 8 is 9. 1 and 2 is 3. 2 and 4 is 6. 2 and 7 is 9. It ends up to be absolutely perfect. So when I connect my numbers, right, through law and order, what law and order I do with this, to the law and order I run with this calculator. 7 and 6, 4 and 3, the Mayan clock, or the movement of their gearing, is 7 and 13, right? So I always also, the thing is, move down 2 and over 1, move down 2 and over 1. So I do the same thing here. I'll go 3 and 9 is 12, and then I'll go 3 and 9 is 12, and I'll go 6 and 6 is 12, and 3 and 9 is 12. And if I go from here up 2, right, start here, right, 1 over up 2, I got 9. I go here, up 2, 1 over, I got 9. If I start here, I go up 1 and 2 over, I got 12. If I go from here, 2 over, 1 down, I got 12. I start here, I go 1 over, 2 down, I have 15. So it's just going to keep telling me this story. So we, in this scenario, I'm going to go 3 and 9, 12, 3 and 9, 12, 9 and 3, 12, 9 and 3, 12, 6 and 6, 12, 6 and 6, 12. In this scenario over here, I'm going to go 4 and 6, 10. I'm going to go 3 and 7, 10. I'm going to go 7 and 9, 16, and then 6 and 1, 7. But I do have the 6 and 1 to the 16 here. If I do this, I got 36 and 16 is 52. I got 28 and 24 is 52. Let's call on the Earth rabbit in the cycle of the day, moon cycle of the day, rabbit. 6 times 4 Let me see what this is. 6 days. Hold on, let me say it again. 7 times 4 is 28. 6 times 4 is 24, but it has to do with 7 days and 6 days. I forget what that number is. 7 by 4 is 28. Oh, yes. I think it's the 7 times 24 is equal to 168. 7 times 24. And then there's 6 times 28 equals to 168. Right. That's how the Earth Mars comes together. And it's 6 and 8 because there's 2 dice. You see, it's not 4, it's 4 and 4, 8. It's not 3, it's 3 and 3, 6. We're using two dice. And then there's 2 opponents. So we have 4 dice all together. 4 dice equals to 84 dots on the dice, right? 42 each. And then if I do it 28, right? If I use 3 dice, 3 cycles of 28, that equals to 84. And that'd be the 3 cycles of your dice be sitting up this way. So the bottom side of this, 4 and 24, 28, 16 and 12, you're going to end up with 28 and 28. If I run down to the cycle here, 27 and 12 is 39, 21 and 18 is 39, and the low cycle is 21 and 21. So this would be 3 and 9, 12, 1 and 2, 3. This would be all threes. This one here would be 7 and 1. So the counting by the 4s gives you 7 and 1 or Q, and counting the other way gives you all threes. I'm not sure what it does right now, but I can tell you I am tired and I'm going to bed. Thank you for watching this video. Peace and love. Time out. If you can help out this channel, that would be utterly fantastic. Utterly fantastic. And then again, I can't find my wow, I can't find my where I lost my who I oh, here I am. Okay. I'm going to put this up. Don't know who's here. Tammy, if you're still here, whoever is still here, let me see if something happened on Rumble under ABC. Okay, I think this is not the shirt I'm with now. Let me go to my feed. I'm going to be putting the only one with a check mark. Okay, great. Video's going to be done. Somebody's here watching. Anyways, no excuses for my parade tonight. Thank you. Good night.